Hello my dear students, I welcome you all to my channel. Today in this video we are going to learn class 10 English chapter, that is Elixir of Life's question and answers, and this is part 2 of this question and answer session. We have already learned first 10 questions in our previous videos of your first main. So let us continue with the question answers, and you also have the explanation of the chapters video which has been uploaded earlier and part 1 question answers video. So I'll be putting both the links in the description box so that it is convenient for you to go it and revise it once again. So let's move on, students. But before that, if you are viewing my video for the first time, do subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that you get the notifications of my latest upcoming videos. And students, watch the video till end, and if you like it, do hit the like button and share among with your friends. So students, moving on to the question answers, we were going through the second main, that is comprehension questions. Answer briefly the following questions, under which 10 questions were already done in my previous video. So let's see the 11th question, and the question is, how does prevention of soil erosion serve a double purpose? Means how, if you prevent soil erosion, it does the double work, twice, like two works it does at a time if you prevent soil erosion. So the answer is, adoption of techniques preventing soil erosion would also help to conserve and keep the water where it is wanted, that is on and in the soil. So students, answer is, when you're adopting different techniques, where you're following different techniques to prevent the soil erosion, it will not only help you to conserve the soil, the fertility of the soil, but also it will hold the water and store in it. See, the soil is always moist. If you touch it, the soil is moist because it contains water in it. So that is why if you conserve and prevent the soil erosion, the upper layer of the soil, if it is not washed away and if it is conserved, it will also have the nutrients in it that will also be saved. And one more purpose is that the water will also be saved in it. The presence of water will be there in the soil. So that is on and in the soil. On the soil and inside the soil also we will have the water content. So these are the two purposes which will be served by preventing soil erosion. Okay, students. So let's move on to the next question. That is, what are the two sources of water mentioned in paragraph 10? When you read the lesson in the paragraph 10, there are two sources which are mentioned, like two things or source from where you get the water. So what are those? So as per your chapter in paragraph 10, the answer is, the two sources of water mentioned in paragraph 10 are rain and snowfall. So according to this chapter in paragraph 10, you have two sources of water being mentioned, that is rain and water. Like, from where do you get the water? From rain and snowfall. Okay, there are many other sources also, but here the question is related to your question from paragraph 10. So you're writing these two things which are mentioned in paragraph 10. Hope it's clear, students. So let's move on to next question. The question is, the land formed of silt in alluvial areas is always fertile. Say whether the statement is true or false. So this is a true or false question. The question is, the land which are formed due to the silt in alluvial areas. Alluvial are the fertile areas where you can do the agriculture very well. So the silt which is formed there, is it always fertile? You have to say true or false. So yes, students, it is true, because you know the silt is nothing but the nutrients of the upper part of the soil. So the silt is always very fertile, and if it is formed in the alluvial areas, means the moist areas where the agriculture is very nicely can be done, just because the nutrients are available there. So it's true that it will be very fertile. So the answer is true. Okay. So next question is, dash takes place when water carrying silt mixes with the salt water of the sea. You have to complete the sentence with the appropriate word. So you have to write the word there. So the answer is erosion. Erosion takes place when water carrying silt mixes with salt water of the sea. Means the nutrients, the upper layer of the fertile soil, if it is washed away and if it's mixed with the salt water of the sea, then what happens? Means that is eroded. The nutrients are eroded away. So it is nothing but erosion that takes place. Yes, we have already seen the water which wash away the upper layer of the soil, which is very fertile, and it becomes a silt. Silt is nothing but the sandy water, the pure water which is mixed with water, with the sand particles that are becoming silt. That is only known as silt. So here the answer is erosion. I hope students you have got the answer for this 14th question. Let's move on to the next one. And this is again optional multiple choice question. Question is, planting of appropriate type of vegetation will result in dash. A, the continuance of successful agriculture. B, the terracing of the land. C, preventing environmental pollution. Or D, reducing the momentum of the flow of water. So first understand the question. Planting of appropriate type of vegetation will result in, means if you plant proper type of vegetation, proper type of plants and trees, what will it result to? So the answer among the four options are D, reducing the momentum of flow of water. If you plant proper trees and plants at the required areas, so the flow of water will be stopped there. It will become slow and thus it will reduce its flow. So automatically when the water's flow is reduced, the soil erosion will also not take place. So your answer is D, reducing the momentum of the flow of water. Moving to next question. What does the writer mean by civilized forests? So why does the writer says that it is civilized forest? Civilized means the person who knows to behave properly, or literate in a sense, how to live his life, a trained and human, you can say, a trained person. So why does the writer use this word as civilized, trained forest? Okay, so let us see what does it he mean by it. The answer is forest created by deliberate planting of saplings by human beings, as contrasted with wild and untamed natural jungles. So students, here we see nowadays forests are also created by proper planting of saplings in a proper row, and it's done by human beings. Human being, when he is forming, creating a jungle now, it's not a natural one. As contrast, see that's why it is written as contrast, means opposite. What do we mean by forest? Naturally, when it comes into mind, a natural forest which is grown by itself. We are having wild animals in it, and untamed natural jungles, means which are not disturbed by human beings. But here civilized, he is saying here, writer, because it has been created by man and it's been planned properly. Proper planning has been done, and then they have planted proper saplings, and it is done in a proper manner by human being, in a systematic manner. So he is giving the term as civilized forest. Okay, because naturally, if it's a natural forest, we will have wild animals in it, and untamed natural jungles are also found. So that is why it's like that. Next question. Mention any two advantages of civilized forest. So what will be the advantages of the civilized forest if you have this? So answer is, civilized forest would directly or indirectly prove a source of untold wealth to the country. They would check soil erosion and conserve the rainfall of the country from flowing away to waste. So here we are having two benefits of civilized forests. What are those? It would be directly also and it would be indirectly also beneficial. So first is, it will prove a source of untold wealth. We will have a good wealth of the country if we have a forest, because you know we have many number of trees in it. We can use its fruits, its roots, its stems. Trees and plants can be used in many purposes. Then we have many animals being found in the forest that can be used for various purposes. So it is indirectly giving a source of wealth to the country. Okay, then the second is, they would check soil erosion and conserve the rainfall of the country from flowing away to waste. Then if we have many number of forests, large number of forests, we can keep a check on soil erosion, because we know if there are big and strong trees, it will not have soil erosion, because the roots and the trees are having a very thick and strong roots in it, and which will hold the soil very firmly, so it's not easy to be getting easily eroded. And the next thing is it can save the rainfall. If we have proper trees, we will have balance of environment, balance of atmosphere, and we'll have proper balanced rainfall also. So all these things can be benefited, all these benefits will be there if we also have a civilized forests. So this is the answer, students. Let us move it to the next question. How will development of hydroelectric power help to overcome inadequacy of water supply? Means if we are having hydroelectric power stations in our country, how will it help to overcome the shortages of water supply? You know that the electric supply, electric power is generated through the water itself. So if we have that stations where we are having hydroelectric power generations, then how it will help us to to compete with the inadequacy, the shortage of water supply? Okay, so this is the question. The answer is the development of hydroelectric power would enable underground water to be tapped to a greater extent than at present, and thus help to overcome the difficulties arising from irregularity or inadequacy of other sources of supply. Here it means the development. If you have more number of hydroelectric power projects in your country, in your place, then it will help you to have underground water to be tapped, because you know when you are having hydroelectric power stations, you need large amount of water. Water has to be saved, and it has to be kept in a dam, near like a dam or in a tank. It has to be saved there in large amount. So here the water is already saved, and thus it will help us to overcome difficulties arising from irregularity or inadequacy of sources of supply. So when we are saving water, it can be used for other purposes also, because we are storing in the form of dams and bunds in a huge amount. So here it can also serve the shortages of water supply. I hope you are getting it, students. Next question. Complete the following sentences with appropriate details. So here you're having many sub questions, and you're having incomplete sentence. Blanks are left out. You have to complete that after reading the first half of, or the half sentence which is given. So first one, the Nile Valley is creation of dash. So you can find this answer in your textbook. When you go through it, the answer is the river itself, and it was brought down as the finest silt in its flood waters from the highlands of Abyssinia and from remote Central Africa, and laid down through the ages in trough through which the Nile flows into the sea. It's just a second, the completion of the paragraph. Okay, you can write it from your textbook. So what is the Nile Valley? How is it has been created? So it's by river itself, the river Nile, which is flowing. So that is what written here, and it has been flowing from ages, and it carried finest silt in it, nutrients in it, from the Abyssinia, highlands of Abyssinia till Central Africa. And this is how through ages it had been flowing, and it had made some tunnels. Trough is nothing but small tanks, you can say, a channel type. So, and from there the river Nile, it flows and joins into the sea. So this is how we have got the Nile Valley in creation. So you can complete this from your textbook like this. Okay. Okay, next question is dash a cheering sight. When you read the chapter, you understand, you come across this, that the writer feels he finds something as a very cheering sight. What it is? So it is nothing but rain-fed tanks in South India. When he goes to South India, he sees that everywhere there are small tanks which have been made, and it is fed with rain waters. So that is a very cheering sight, happy sight for the writer. Okay. Then next is a remarkable feature of water is its power to carry dash. So what is the main feature of water? What power is it having? What does it carry along with it? So you have read it now, just now you read it and you know it. And the answer is silt or finely divided soil in suspension. So what this water carries away? It carries the top layer of the soil, right? Its nutrients. So it is known as silt. The name is silt. So it is silt, or you can say finely divided soil suspension, small particles of soil which is divided and it's been carried away. So this is the answer. D, it is the silt which gives dash to the water in rain-fed tanks. When you read it, you found it that the rain-fed tanks colors are changed because it is having silt in it. So what is it? The sentence, just have to form the sentence here in the blank. So you will write the characteristic water. It is the silt which gives the characteristic water to the water in the rain-fed tanks. Characteristics is nothing but the feature. So you have to just fill up here the characteristic water. Okay. Then the next is dash is the foundation of all agriculture. Like what is the basic of all agriculture? So answer is upper layer of the soil. Okay. So this is the answer, because you know again upper layer of the soil is what is having nutrients in it, and it should not be washed away with the water. So that's the answer. Ruts are formed by dash. Ruts are again nothing but the small channels or water flowing pipes, you can say, which are naturally made when continuously the rain water flows. You can see that small channels and tunnels of water are being made. So those are known as ruts. So they are formed by dash. It's rapidly flowing rainfall. If there is heavy rainfall and it's continuously raining, you can see the mark. You can see the mud being made into that, or that shape of a channels there. It by itself makes the channel and starts flowing. So that is the answer. Next, terracing of lands helps in dash. So answer is preventing soil erosion. We have already seen terracing of lands. If we do that, what will happen? It's beneficial for preventing the soil erosion. Your fertile soil will not be washed away and it will be prevented. Okay. Next, Indian agriculture depends heavily on dash. So you know India is an agricultural country and it's depending for its agriculture mainly on the seasonal rainfall. When seasonally rain will occur, we'll have rainfall, then only will our agriculture and our field will grow and will have a good production. At that time only they'll save the water for agriculture and they can use it for the fields. So it's seasonal rainfall. Next, farmyard manure should not be used dash dash. The farmyard manure means the manure which are made for the farms, agricultural farms, the fertilizers, that should not be used as fuel. Fuel is just to burn and have the fire either for cooking purpose or some industrial purposes. So we should not use this farmyard manure because it's mainly meant for the agriculture purpose. So it's fuel. Okay. Next, dash would enable the overall development of the rural country. So what is that thing which will help us to develop the whole rural economy? So answer is availability of electric power. If we have electric power in every place, in every village, in every rural economy, we'll have a development, because of electricity, we may have industries, we may have factories, and we may have many more things which can be done. Many productions can be done in a mass number, in a large number. So availability of electric power will enable the overall development of rural economy. So these were the questions and its answers according to this chapter. I hope you have understood this main question answers. So we'll stop here and we'll have the other questions, other sub questions of the next mains in my next video. I hope you all understood, you liked it. And if you like the video, do hit the like button, and we'll be back soon with the next videos with all the other remaining question and answers. Thank you.